What is going on, YouTube? Today I just wanted to go over basically my mobile hunting setup that I'm going to use for this year, first deer season in North Carolina. So I'm just going to kind of go over everything that I have, how I'm planning on using it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay tuned. All right, so as you can see, this is pretty much it. 90% of what I am bringing and what I've used in the past fits in a backpack, and it's that backpack. It's not very big. It's like a medium. I'd probably say like a 2, maybe a 3-day pack. The only thing that's not in there right now is this little camera stand. So I just wanted to show you that because I already took it out. That's what I'm going to be using. All right, so this thing's pretty straightforward. It's just a little extendable stand that you could use for your phone or a GoPro or something like that. So I have different mounts here that they just attach, just like any other really camera stand that you can get, and I just have all the GoPro attachments in my backpack as well as the GoPro and batteries. All right, so basically I'm just gonna kind of take everything out of the bag real quick and show you what it is, what I'm gonna use it for, and then I'll kind of kit up to where I'd probably be like 90% at where I'm going to be hunting. The only thing that I don't have here that's kind of self-explanatory is a climber. I didn't think I needed to go over that. If you don't know what a climber is, you probably just stumbled upon this video randomly. And those of you who do probably already know how to use it, so I wasn't going to cover that. All right, so the first thing that I have in here, and the biggest thing, is my taps. This is just some kit from the Army. It's basically like a chest harness or like a vinyl harness that some guys use, but it's just bigger and it holds more stuff. So it's basically just a long placard, 2 pouches on each side. I put my rangefinder in here, and then I have some shears in here as well. These are all silver when I got them, so I just wrapped them in duct tape so they don't reflect. Other than that, I think I have a compass in here. Yeah, some tissues, just a couple of small items. Most of the stuff that I'm going to put in here is already in my bag. So depending on the situation that I find myself in, usually when I'm leaving the truck or probably 100, 200 yards out of where I'm going to be hunting, I'll rotate whatever is in my bag that I want to be in my taps into my taps at that time. All right, the next item in the bag is a modified ghillie type system. It's basically just a jacket and a pair of pants that bungee around you. These are the pants. They're very light mesh material. These serve 2 purposes. Obviously, it breaks up your outline. It provides camouflage. Those are kind of the same thing. The secondary one, especially if you're in the southeast, is mosquitoes. Archery here opens September 7th. It's still hot and there's still bugs. I'm sweating right now, and I think it's like 82 degrees, so it's gonna get even hotter, unfortunately. We've had a bit of a cold front blow through, but yeah, next 2 weeks when it opens up, it's supposed to be in the 90s again. So those are the pants, and then this is the top. Again, it's just like a jacket, except it's very thin, and I'll kind of show you up closer later when I put everything on. Just zips in the middle, and it bungees around your neck and the little hoodie. All right, next item, self-explanatory, is your orange. This is just a really cheap kit because as a bow hunter, you're not required to wear orange during archery season. And that's primarily what I'm going to be doing. So I have this kit. It's really cheap. It comes with a hat, and then the vest, it's like the 500 square centimeters or what it is, and it has its own little pouch. Super convenient, cheap, easy. It stays in the bottom. During like gun season, obviously that's when you want to pull it out, but for now it'll just be sitting in the bottom of the bag. All right, I'm gonna move into the smaller portion of the bags now. That was the largest portion. It held the bigger things, easier to get to. The next smaller pocket here is holding just some kind of non-essential bigger items that are kind of in the way. I usually have everything secured with bungees just because they're quiet and they're easy to use, no clips, no tying. You just wrap it around. So I got 2 different types of tape here. Tape's useful for many different things, obviously. This is just like a camouflage duct tape. It's a little bit reflective, so it's not my favorite, but it works for what you need it to work for. This tape is more of a fabric tape, Obviously it's matte, it's not reflective. It's not super great at keeping things quiet. I wouldn't use it as like a sound mitigation tape because it's just not very thick and it doesn't have a lot of material. But it can be useful in different situations that I maybe don't want to use the duct tape in, or I'm looking for something that has a little bit of resistance. I have here some scent blocker, just a cheap brand of scent blocker. I really don't use it. I just bought it in the past and I keep it in here because this is where I keep all my hunting stuff. I also have my GoPro in here right now just so I can show it. It's just a regular old cheaper GoPro. Nothing crazy, but it works. For mounting, I mostly 90% of the time just use the head mount because it's easier. It's more hands off. Once I turn it on, it's good to go, and I can focus on what I'm doing, like trying to get a shot off instead of focusing on the camera and moving that around. Setting up mobile, not having a bunch of camera equipment, that's probably gonna be the best thing for me. I also have in here some simple push-to-talk radios. I have two. I usually change out the batteries before I go out every time just so they don't go out. I normally just keep this because sometimes your phone doesn't work. If you're going out with a buddy, then you can communicate that way in case of an emergency. You don't have to rely on cellular, and other channels listen to it as well. So if you are in an emergency and you can't get to your phone and you have that, it's just another form of communication besides your primary plan. Always have an alternate. All right, next goodies, next smallest bag. This is more kind of camera equipment, electronics, stuff like that. Just smaller items that fit in smaller pouches, basically. I always keep an extra game camera on me, just in case I want to put one somewhere if I find something interesting. Come back to it later. I'd rather have it not need it than need it not have it. So it's not that big and it's not that heavy, so I will carry it for the sake of knowledge. I have a lot more GoPro attachments in here in this bigger pocket. Just different ones that allow me to attach it to different harnesses and the stand that I use to film with that's holding the phone right now. I have a couple pins in here, a couple extra pieces of cordage, smaller pieces if I need that. Just a small cheap knife, because you never know when you need another knife, if yours breaks or if it's dull, whatever it might be. I also have in here some more scent mitigation. This is apparently an old trick. This is gum spirits of turpentine, I believe it's called. It's basically pine sap. All right, I had to move because of the wind and my phone was getting too hot. So here I am again. I'm gonna go over this real quick. Hopefully it doesn't stop recording while I do it. The stuff I was talking about earlier, it's just scent control stuff. You could look it up and judge for yourself if it's useful or not. I guess I'm gonna find out. The other things I have in here is a headlamp, because obviously if you're moving in the morning or at night after the sun has risen or set, you're gonna need extra light. And then I have a bunch of cordage here as well. Good length of rope. I think this is about 25 feet. It's 300-pound rated rope. This is about 50 feet of paracord, 550, whatever you want to call it. That's just good for securing and tying down everything, as well as the larger rope, dragging stuff out, stuff like that. A way to secure yourself to the tree. Make sure if you are using stuff to climb in a tree, it's rated for climbing, and you test it out and make sure that it works for you. Climb at your own risk. Don't do what I tell you to do. You don't want to fall in the middle of the woods by yourself and get hurt and be sad and alone and not have a radio or somebody there to help you. All right, let's get the stuff on. You can tell me how goofy I look in the comments. All right, 3, 2, 1. Pretty sick. All right, as you can see, this is a semi-final product. I probably won't be carrying the backpack on me on top of this. If I'm moving, I probably won't be wearing this. Not because it's hot, it's actually, you can feel a decent breeze through it, just because it would get caught up on a bunch of stuff. So I'm not gonna be doing that and making a bunch of noise and tearing it up as well, because it's not the best quality. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. I wouldn't be wearing tennis shoes either. The only other thing that I probably don't have out here that I just realized I might be having is gloves. I'm used to wearing gloves when I'm in the woods, and I will probably continue to wear them just for bug's sake, and so my white skin doesn't reflect the light, as well as my face. Usually a hat can help with that. Sunglasses. If you can grow a mustache, you're pretty cool too. Some people wear face paint. I mean, if the deer's seeing your face reflect light, you probably should be shooting it at that point, unless obviously it's too far away, or you're not using your shadows correctly or your positioning correctly, in my opinion, just based off what I know, getting close to animals, primarily pigs. They can't see that well, so the camo doesn't really come into play as much, but just from what I know, camouflaging and all that stuff in my background, you should just be using your shadows at that point, because nobody's looking at you through a magnified optic. That's when you need some face paint so your nose doesn't reflect. I'll stop blabbing. This is pretty much it. Bow set up. I'll probably go over later if anybody cares. I'm pretty new to it, so it's not the best stuff, and I'm not the most knowledgeable. But other than that, I don't think I have anything for you at this point, so I'm gonna get out of the sun. All right, I am back in the truck because it is very hot out and there's AC in here. So basically that's it. That's what I'm bringing. I'm going in light because I don't know exactly what I'm gonna find each time. I'm more so just learning. Like I said, this is my first year up here in North Carolina, first deer season. So it's mostly just gonna be learning for me. If I kill something cool, I mean, I'll probably get a few shots at stuff. I'm not gonna burn myself out going out there as much as I can. I'll play the weather, play the wind, wait for those certain times of year that there's food available, so all that good stuff. But overall, I'm just gonna go out and try to learn, and I don't want to carry a lot of stuff doing it, so that's why I don't have a lot of stuff in that bag. So all of that being said, if you have any questions, comments, concerns about what I got going on, the stuff I'm bringing, let me know. If you got any tips or pointers, you think I'm doing something really dumb, let me know that as well. Other than that, I'll probably be making some more videos here soon as we're about to get the season started. So stick around and I'll see you next time.